Welcome to this video tutorial where you will learn how to create a 3D printed small plant pot. Step 1. What is my design? Think about what kind of small plant pot you would like to make. It might be helpful to make a simple sketch of your design. Remember to include drainage holes in the bottom of your pot. You might also want to design a tray or saucer to catch excess water from your plant. Step 2. Measure. Decide how big you want your plant pot to be. Measurements will be in millimeters. The 3D printer can print up to 6 by 6 by 6 inches, and maximum print time is 6 to 7 hours. The larger and thicker your design, the longer it will take to print. Step 3. 3D design. Create your own 3D design using 3D software such as tinkercad.com. You will need to create a free account on Tinkercad or sign into your existing account to proceed. Children under 13 will need parent-guardian approval and verification to create an account. Once you sign in, click on 3D Designs and click on Create New Design. So our base for this small plant pot is going to be a circle. So I'm going to take a cylinder and resize it to make it a bit bigger. Now that I have the base in place, I'm going to create the actual plant pot, which I want to look like a half circle. So I'm going to take this half dome, make it a little bigger, and rotate it. Then I'm going to move it on top of our base just to check that the size looks good, and it looks like it does. So I'm going to take our half circle plant pot and copy and paste it, and I'm going to make one of the halves of our half circle a hole, which is indicated by that gray color. I'm going to go ahead and resize it so that it is 2 millimeters smaller than our original half circle, which means that our walls for our plant pot will be 2 millimeters, which is good. I'm going to put it on top and make sure that it looks even. I'm going to bring it up a couple of millimeters so that there is a 2 millimeter base as well. Select all of the items in your 3D design and click on the group button at the top. And you can see now I have the base of a little plant pot with a hole to put the soil in. Next up, we're going to put the drainage holes so that excess water can leak out of the pot. So I usually make them about 5 millimeters in circumference, and I'm going to make it a little bit taller. Let me zoom in, make it a little bit taller so that it goes all the way through the base of our design. And I'll move it down a little bit, and you can see that it goes all the way through. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that hole and rearrange it so that we have 3 drainage holes total. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to group all of our items and hit the group button. And now you can see that we have a complete little small plant pot with drainage holes. Now it's fine to stop here, but I would like to create a little tray that will catch any excess water that will go underneath our little pot. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a simple circle drainage tray, and I'm going to resize it. I want to make the drainage tray bigger than my overall little plant container base. So I'm going to just eyeball it here. Looks pretty good. Then I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste our drainage tray. And I'm going to do something similar to what we did with our plant pot. I'm going to make one of them a hole and resize it by about 2 to 3 millimeters smaller than our original drainage tray. That gives us about 2 to 3 millimeters of thickness for our drainage tray walls. And I'm going to go ahead and make it a little taller, put it so that it looks pretty equidistant from the actual tray, and lift it up a couple of millimeters so that we have 2 millimeters for the base thickness and about 3 millimeters for the wall thickness. And I group it all together, and you can see we have a little tray that our plant pot can sit on top of, and when we water our plant, the excess water will drain right into the tray. Step 4, save your 3D design file. So you select the actual plant pot, click Export, click the selected shape, and click STL. And now you've saved one part of your design. Do the same thing with the drainage tray. Select, click Export, select it to shape only, STL, and now you have 2 parts. Some other examples of designs you can create in Tinkercad. Step 5, get ready to print. Email your STL files to ukiahlibrary@mendocinocounty.org. Staff will review your 3D design and print it for you. Make sure to include what color you would like your design to be. Staff will contact you when your 3D design is ready for pickup at the Ukiah Branch Library. Here's the time-lapse video of a 3D flower pot that I created. This particular pot took about 5.5 hours to make. Tips and tricks. Using a computer or laptop with a mouse with a scroll wheel is the easiest way to design in Tinkercad. Try using one of the library computers. Design thin walls for your plant pot, ideally 2 to 3 millimeters thick. It will print faster and will have maximum room for the plant and soil. Include 1 to 3 drainage holes about 5 millimeters diameter in your design. Here is a list of 3D design resources. Tinkercad is best for beginners. SketchUp and Fusion 360 are best for intermediate to advanced users, as well as SculptGL. You can also try a website such as thingiverse.com to find pre-made 3D design files. Thank you for watching, and happy 3D printing!